Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Chef Talk. I'm your host, Daniela Smallwood, and today we are here with Executive Chef from Oakwood University, Chef Herman Davis. Hi, Chef. How are you today?
Just fine, Daniela. How are you today?
Great. We are so excited to have you on our show today because we're talking about the art of vegan cuisine. And so we find that there are many people who have been hearing about being vegan, have been interested in going vegan or at least trying vegan. And so today we wanted to spend some time with you learning a little bit about that cuisine. And we want to start by just helping everyone to be on the same page. What does it mean to be vegan exactly?
All right. So, to be vegan means that your diet doesn't include any meat or meat byproducts. So, you don't eat any fish, you don't eat any chicken, you don't eat any red meat. You also don't eat any dairy products like milk, butter, or cheese. And you also don't cook anything that has meat or meat byproducts in it. For instance, if you bake a cake, it wouldn't have eggs and butter. It would have substitutes that you would use to replace those products. And that essentially, and in most part, is what vegan is.
Awesome. And so when we're looking at that, sometimes people tend to mix up vegan and vegetarian. And so can you just highlight what the differences are for us?
Sure. Vegetarian has probably evolved. When I was a child, vegetarianism encompassed everything, including vegan. So you either went from the aspects of not eating meat to I grew up eating dairy and fish, and we were all grouped in being vegetarian. Uh, More accurately, vegetarianism is the use of dairy products. So a vegetarian might eat cheese, macaroni and cheese. They might have an omelet for breakfast. They might have a glass of milk with their chocolate chip cookies, and they might use it in the cooking process, but they still don't eat any meat products. So they don't eat fish, any poultry, or any red meat. And that's the difference between what a vegetarian is. And vegan is strictly no meat and no meat products.
Okay, great. I'm glad that you were able to kind of clear that up so that we understand the differences between the two. And so you're a chef, and we hear that not only are you a vegan chef, you're also vegan yourself. So what are some of your favorite vegan dishes to make?
Well, some of my favorite dishes to make, there's a range of things to do. I think for me, um, you want to eat in a way that encompasses a lot of food products. Just on the food cooking process, I like stuff like curry tofu. It's a curry tofu dish with chickpea. It's cooked kind of like you would make Jamaican curry. So coconut milk, good strong spicy curry. Add that to any rice, and that's a great dish. I worked down at the retail market, and one of our famous vegan dishes is actually the Impossible Burger. And we season the bulk meat ourselves. The kids love it. It's actually, having had meat, having eaten meat, it's a pretty strong substitute.
That's interesting because we've been hearing a lot about the Impossible Burger. So to know that you all offer that at Oakwood University is absolutely amazing. And so, what are some misconceptions about being vegan that you may hear or have heard before?
Um, I'll give you three easy ones.
Okay.
The first one is that all I'll have to eat is rabbit food. All I can eat is salad. And that often comes from, especially people of color, not being diverse enough in what we add to our foods. Um, I'm going to add another term to you. It's called plant-based, which is primarily more so what I am. Plant-based means that the majority of my diet starts from vegetables and builds up from there. You can be plant-based and not be vegan. It just means that meat and meat byproducts are far and few between in your diet process. And that's probably the difference between them and vegan. Um, Being plant-based means that you can have a variety. A lot of people say, I'm a picky eater, I don't eat a lot of this, and I eat a lot of that. And so because they limit what they eat, they aren't able to see the possibilities of what a vegan meal can be. Another misconception is that vegans going vegan will make you healthy. I know a lot of unhealthy vegans, primarily because they don't have a broad diet. Is that there isn't enough protein in the diet.
That's a
People
good
assume that only protein comes from meat and meat products, but legumes, so chickpeas, black beans. My wife she had some red beans in the crock pot last night that were ready this morning. Beans and green vegetables are all a great source of protein and iron. Mushrooms, those all things, when used properly, are quite filling and meet the dietary needs of the body. So those are probably the three most common misconceptions.
And those are some great misconceptions, especially when it talks about the health, because people do assume, I'm vegan, so automatically I'm healthy. So I love how you talked about that. And I love how you shared a little bit about how even just being plant forward and starting with that foundation is great for someone who may be interested. So for those who are watching, you are specifically at Oakwood University. However, of course, here on THTV, we serve all of our campus communities. But if you don't mind, share a little bit with us about what type of vegan and vegetarian options are available on campus.
All right. So first, I guess I should say that Oakwood University is a vegetarian campus. So all of our meals are vegetarian or vegan. We don't serve any meat here. We do serve dairy. We do use dairy in the cooking, but we do have specifically vegan meals. It's changed a little bit. Oakwood is my alma mater. I graduated from here just short of 25 years ago.
Wow.
And it's changed a little bit since when I was here. There was very little dairy products available in the cafeteria when I was here. But we do serve that. We have cooks who specifically work on a vegan line, making that available for people who are specifically vegan. Because we are a vegetarian campus, we are plant-based first. So all of 99% of all the vegetables we cook, we cut fresh every day. So we serve fresh vegetables, steamed, roasted, grilled, braised, you name it. We serve vegetables as a large part of our meal. And then we expand out. So some of the meat byproducts or substitutes that we use, some are vegan and some are vegetarian. So on the vegan line, we don't use those vegetarian-based meats. And we tend to bulk up more of the plant product in that. But a majority of our meals probably are closer to vegan than they are to vegetarian. It's just a matter of, we have on Soul Food Wednesday, we have full macaroni and cheese.
Gotcha.
And so we don't have a macaroni and cheese substitute for the vegan line right now, but it's one of the things that we're working on. One of the things I was just discussing with my food service director was working on a Nashville hot chicken for our marketing, which would use a vegetarian meat substitute product. So we try to reach into it as deep as we can to make it as familiar for those who are meat eaters, but as well as diverse enough for those who are vegetarian and vegan as well.
And I love that you hit that, because sometimes, depending on where we are, like you said, some people are accustomed to eating meat. And so they want that diet to kind of mimic some of the things that they would miss. And then you have other people who are looking for something that's a little bit more authentic. And I love that you hit the diversity of that. For those who are watching, and maybe you're not at Oakwood University, but you are a part of our Thompson family, one of the great things that we have available is that we utilize the culinary team that is at Oakwood University, and they are at the forefront of some of the recipes that we utilize across our sector in higher education. So many of the recipes and experiences you have are coming straight from this team and straight from this kitchen. And there is always an option for vegetarian and vegans at all of our campuses. If for some reason you're looking for something you don't have, please don't hesitate to reach out to your food service director so that they can work on providing that for you. Well, Chef, we want to just say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. We appreciate all of the hard work that you do on the campus of Oakwood University, and we are honored to have you as a part of our family. For those of you guys who are watching, this has been Chef Talks. I'm your host, Daniela Smallwood, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.